And so she's showing me around her neighborhood, and went to the Staedel Museum and a couple of galleries. On the way back, it was getting dark, and we're passing. I said, "Whoa, stop the car. I want to see what's in there." It looked like an antique shop, but some interesting things. It turned out it was a small auction house. They were just moving things around, getting them ready, or for next show or whatever. And I went underneath the gate and I knocked on the door, and some guy comes over, doesn't understand me. I said, "Yvonne." So she leaves the car, comes over. I said, "Could you tell him?" So he called over the manager, and the manager spoke English. And he says, "Well, what do you like?" I said, "Well, I like paintings." And he goes, "Oh, okay, go up to the second floor. There's more paintings there." So on the landing, before I get to the second floor, there were paintings stacked up against the wall. And I saw, from the corner of my eye, like the top of this one painting. And I said, "I've got to come back and see that." So the guy comes up, he goes, "You see anything you like?" I said, "Well, there's some interesting things here." There was nothing there that I liked. So I go back downstairs. Yvonne said, "There's a Saint Sebastian there. She knows I like that subject, I said, "Okay, that's the painting I was going to look at." So she's standing right next to me. I pull the paintings forward. I looked at the painting. I'm like, "Holy shit!" I said, "This is by Guercino." She says, "What?" I said, "Shh, quiet." I said, "The guy is right down at the bottom of the stairs, the manager." I said, "Excuse me, can I speak to you for a second?" So he comes up, and I said, I wanted to know what he knew about it, because this is stacked up like any other painting up against. I said, "What can you tell me about this painting? I like it, And he goes, "Oh, it's 18th century." He was 100 years off. It's 17th century.
17th century.
He's like, "It's probably Italian." That he got right. And he said it's been cut down. And I'm thinking, this guy's an idiot. Well, I don't want to say he's an idiot, but he didn't study
the painting.
He just assumed it was cut down. Okay. Well, it wasn't cut down. That is a 3/4 length format.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And obviously, I know these things. I've been studying art, studying paintings. The fact that he said that, it was strange. But anyway, so I said, "Okay." He said, how much is this? He's like, 1,000 to 1,500 euros. I said, "All right, cool. Can I buy it tonight?" He goes, "Oh, no. 1,000 to that's the estimate. You have to come back for the auction." I said, "Oh." I said, "When is the auction?" He said, "In 3.5 weeks." I'm saying, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
I said, "If someone knows what I know about this, it's going to go through the roof." Yeah.
Right.
So I said, "Listen, would it be okay if I came back tomorrow, to take some pictures in the sunlight?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "What do you think it would cost to restore this thing?" He goes, "Well, I have a restorer coming over tomorrow to look at some other paintings. Maybe you could ask him." I said, "All right, that's great." So I go home that night, and before I leave, I go home. I go to Yvonne's place, Yvonne's house, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, "Oh man, what if this guy, this conservator, knows about
that painting is.
Right. Shit, what did I do?"
Yeah.
So I go there, like really nervous, thinking. So this conservator goes there, and so he's looking at the painting, but he's looking at the frame. He's like, "Wow." He goes, "This is a beautiful frame. This frame is amazing. It's 17th century." He's looking at the back, and I'm like, he's talking about the frame. He's not even looking at the
picture.
Yeah.
I go, "What do you think it'll cost?" And he gives me a price, and I said, "Oh, okay." I said to the guy, the manager, I said, "Would it be all right if we took it outside?" He goes, "I have some pictures. I have really great digital pictures. I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you. What's your email?" So I give him my email. He goes, and can I have your name? So he looked me up. Mm-hmm. So he sends me an email. He goes, "I'm sorry I didn't recognize you, Mr. Soprano."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh man,
price just
my cover was
shot up.
blown."
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so he goes, "You can call in, because I told him I was heading back to the States."
Yeah.
He goes, "You could call in and do a phone bid."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, okay, no problem." So now I had the pictures. Now I'm studying it, even more convinced. I found other drawings. I was doing my research on it. And so without a word, 3.5 weeks later, I opened the door, and the guy sees me. He's like, "Oh, shit, this guy's serious."
Yeah, he's here. Yeah. So you didn't call in. You went there.
No.
Yeah,
I went right.
Okay.
For something this important, you have to be in the room.
Right.
So the painting comes up, that lot number comes up. There were about 6 or 7 people bidding, right away, and this was in German. I've never bidden.
Right.
I've never did an auction in German. So I'm bidding and bidding, and finally I'm thinking I've got the thing. Yvonne is hitting me. I said, what's the matter? She goes, you got a bid. I said, no, it's my bid. She goes, no, because it was in German. I thought, he goes, no, it's the guy on the phone. I said, oh, so I bid, right? So now from 1,000 euros, we're up to like 39,000 or 40. I'm like, what the hell's going on here, man? This is like somebody knows, guy on the phone knows. So now he's stalling, and the manager is talking. I could see him looking at me like this, and he's talking to the guy on the phone. He goes, listen, this guy flew in from the United States to get this painting. So if you want to keep going. So I said, hey, come on, if you're going to bid.
Yeah. Let's stop
so
that.
The guy says, okay. And he closes the flip phone. The place erupted in an applause. So I won the painting with a partner. My partner. I said to him, he's my business manager. I said, if it goes up to a certain amount, I can handle it. If it goes over that amount,
then you're bringing
win.
in a partner.
And he took a leap of faith, and he came in as a partner, 50% partner. So getting it back to the States was knowing what the painting was potentially worth. We could only, not to raise any flags, we could only put on it what we paid for it. You know what I mean, as far as the insurance.
Right.
So we created it and got it safely to the United States. Since then, it's been accepted by all the world experts. It has been viewed 6 months in Torino in a major exhibition on the subject of Saint Sebastian. Then came back to the States, and it was at the Princeton Art Museum for 6 months on display there in a special exhibition. Gave a talk. It was a panel discussion with one of the experts, David Stone, and one of the other people that was organizing that exhibition. It has been accepted also, and it's been included in the revised catalog raisonné on the artist, which it's completely vetted. You can't, it's a discovery. It's been lost for hundreds of years.
And this guy in Germany had it.
Hey, it's worth about 40,000 euros now.
Coincidentally, that frame is worth 20 million. Well, 68,000 euro you paid for it?
We paid about close to 70.
70.
But we've put a lot more work into it, in the cleaning and restoration, doing restoration on the frame itself, the research, flying back and forth to Italy. There's tons of, we've got several 100,000 into it.
And what's the value of it?
Well, ArtNet valued it at $10 million.